Welcome back to the 12th day of the Milk Making Minutes Postpartum Christmas. I'm your host, Lo Nigrash. It's just me again today. We're going to end today by really honing in the whole point of the Postpartum Christmas and discuss how you get the support that you need paid for through your baby registry. When you think about the postpartum period, what you want to think about is snuggles with your baby, feeding your baby and staring into your baby's eyes, enjoying your baby with your partner. Take a minute, you can even hit pause, and create a vision for yourself of what you would like your postpartum period to look like. Many of us get to this point. We have our baby in our arms. We've longed for this. And it doesn't feel as calm and as happy and as joyful as we want it to feel. And then the mom guilt kicks in. Why aren't I enjoying this experience? I wanted it so much. I worked so hard for it. I've been dreaming about it ever since I knew that I was pregnant. But the reality is, we are so isolated in the postpartum period. We have so little help in the way that our current family structures are that it is very overwhelming to now be taking care of another human being who is fully dependent on you for all of their needs, while still trying to do all the things we used to do. And anthropologically speaking, historically speaking, people who had just given birth and had babies had months of caring for their baby, snuggling up, while all the other members of the community took care of things. And that's just not how things are now. But the good news is that you can think through these things. You can decide what types of support would best help you to feel calm and peaceful and joyous. So let's think through some of the tasks that you are still going to need to do and problem solve how you get help for those things. And then problem solve how you get help for those things by adding it to your baby registry. So some of the things that I hear clients and guests of the podcast discuss that they didn't really quite understand how they were going to fit it all in are doing the laundry, which there will be way more now that you have a little baby who has a diaper and pees through their clothing or even uses cloth diapers. So doing laundry for you, for your household, for the baby. Cooking and washing dishes. We already had one episode that was all about setting up a meal train, but even if you have a meal train, there will be dishes to wash for you and for other members of your family throughout the day. Animal care. So if you have pets, dogs, cats, fish tank, guinea pigs, rabbits, whatever it is, horses, those animals will still need care. And you are going to be so focused on your baby, and your partner wants to be focused on your baby. So who do you have in your life that can do these things? And if you don't have anybody in your life, who can you hire and get it paid for through your baby registry? You may feel best when your house is very clean, but you are not going to have the time for that. So how do you get that done? Maybe you, knowing the state of your mental health before you got pregnant, know you need to prioritize sleep. And I have a whole episode about sleep and why babies wake frequently and how that relates to the composition of our milk supply. So I will link that in the show notes as well. But babies, they only sleep for a couple of hours at a time. And this is a good thing. It is a protective mechanism against SIDS. They have very different sleep cycles. And so babies that wake frequently to nurse are doing what biology intended. Yet, if you don't have the extra support that humans have always had with extra family members around, you are the one who is missing out on all of that sleep, both through the day and at night, if you're the primary caregiver. So perhaps you need a postpartum doula, somebody who can come in and care for the baby and literally bring the baby to you and latch the baby for you. Some do that. You work out with your doula what you need. So a postpartum doula or a caretaker who can come in and do a lot of these things that we've talked about is a great idea. Perhaps you have older children and you know that you are going to be caring for this baby so much that you need somebody else to help you with your older children. There was a whole list. There's probably more we can add, but those are really the basic things that I hear people talking about. There's a variety of ways that you can get these needs met. If you are a part of a community, of a church, of a work group, of a networking group, of some sort of sports team, or an art group, or a book club, you can ask those people, or ask one person that you know, to create some sort of list that people can sign up for to help you with these tasks. And set a time. How much time are you going to need for help? Is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? Let's normalize getting help beyond just the first week postpartum, because it takes our bodies a long time to heal. That baby is going to need you very intensely for a long time. So as you're coming to what your new normal is, caring for yourself, your household, other members of your family, and your baby, let's normalize asking people to come in and help. So you can set up some sort of support train. We already talked about meal trains. That definitely needs to be there. And if you set up a support train, you can ask that everybody who comes to provide support also bring a meal. And if you don't feel like you can ask, find somebody who can. So find somebody who's going to be in charge of this project, who will do it for you, whether it's your parent, a good friend, a colleague, somebody you trust who has been a parent, hopefully, and understands what it will be like and how much your life will change. So it could look like having people who come at the end of the night or at the beginning of the day just to wash up some dishes and throw in some laundry for you. There could be somebody who comes once a week and cleans your house, just sweeps and mops and washes surfaces for you. There could be people could sign up to come walk the dog every day. Do you have a neighbor around who you could ask right now, get to know and ask if they would be willing to do this? Sometimes there's a child around who's old enough, responsible enough to walk your dog, and you could either pay them a little bit or offer them something in exchange. There are ways to get this stuff done. And the more you plan ahead, the better off you will be. And of course, you can hire people for these services and get it paid for through your baby registry. So if you use a baby registry, such as Be Her Village, you can add these services to your registry. So a postpartum doula, for instance, they are there to support the parents in whatever it is they are needing. So they can wash up your dishes. They can wash all the pump parts and the bottle parts if you're pumping. They can do the baby's laundry, fold it and put it away. They can, some even cook meals for you or serve meals for you. They can do a lot of things in the postpartum period that is going to lighten your load. You can add it to your registry and get other people to pay for that support. I have so many clients who tell me the nights are the worst. I get to the nighttime and I feel anxious because it's just me and I'm up in the middle of the night so frequently and my baby's not sleeping. You can hire postpartum doulas for daytime shifts, for nighttime shifts, or for both. So if you are able to get your community to help you bring in somebody who will stay with you, that's amazing. If you have good friends or family members who you know are going to be flying in to meet your new baby, then ask if they would be willing to take on some tasks before they get there. And you could even schedule people to come. So friend A comes in the second week, friend B comes in the third week, friend C comes in the fourth week, and you can say, listen, while you're here, I really need you to wash up the dishes and fold the laundry. And make sure that you are setting the expectation that they are coming to support you, not to be a guest that you are catering to. And if you don't feel like you have friends that you can say that to, then tell them to wait to book their tickets, because you do not want somebody coming in who's going to be eating all your food, wanting to hold the baby all the time, keeping you awake when you should be resting. You really only want to invite people into your space for long periods of time who understand how much support you are going to need. That is going to set you up for success in the postpartum period. So make your list of all the things that still will need to get done once this baby is in your life, and problem solve with your partner how you are going to get those needs met. I guarantee that if you think about this now before your baby is here and come up with a plan, you will feel way more relaxed in the postpartum period, because you will be doing what your body wants to do, which is spend time with your baby, spend time with your partner, and be relaxed during this time, not constantly thinking about all the other things that need to get done. If you would like to do some planning for childbirth that will lead to a great postpartum period, we're going to talk about all the positions, the hormones of childbirth, the interventions that take place. We're going to talk about everything that you would talk about in a childbirth education class, but this will be through the lens of how it impacts both your immediate postpartum period, your milk supply, your baby feeding experience, and a more long-term postpartum experience. So if this sounds like something you are interested in, go to my website, www.quabbinbirthservices.com, and sign up for the course. It's 50% off right now for a limited time. I cannot wait to see your name pop up as being somebody who has joined the course.